What is up, everybody? You're listening to Hey You Animu, and today we're going to be talking about one of my personal favorite anime, Code Geass, aka Lulu's Rebellious Adventure. Today, with me, I have Shocking 807.
Hey.
Hey, what it do?
What it be?
What does it be, honestly?
I'm trying to prolong the JIBUN memes until it's like an okay time. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. There's going to be tons of memes. There's going to be tons of time for tons of memes. We have ton of bacon. What is shaken bacon?
My shaker bottle. And now it's raining outside. Great sign. I might get the Japanese cold from this.
Shit, that's some dangerous shit.
Don't get hit by the
you don't need to joke about that.
Dude, you guys gonna have to visit me and like put that towel on my head and give me porridge and like I don't know.
And this
and
porridge
then,
was
and then
okay.
force romantic. Yeah, it was okay. Then I'll be like, yay, romantic scenario. Yes.
And what's that smell? It's Fate Steel Taylor.
JIBUN.
He had to be that guy. Love it.
I had to.
Great. Now we can't say it. I was gonna say it, but great, you took it from me.
I did.
How dare you?
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
We are doing this live for the first time ever since we've
Wait,
ever
don't we
done a
usually
podcast.
do these lives though?
We are doing it live now.
Podcast lives matter.
Now. And now.
Not all podcast lives matter.
Whoa, that's strangely racist.
I think we should kill all the podcasts.
Whoa, dude, you need to chill.
Bruh. Worst joke ever.
Dude. Okay. So let's actually talk about Geass. So let's start with how we got into the show. Does anyone have any interesting stories? Hopefully.
So technically, it wasn't like a bet, but I kind of lost a contract where I had to watch Code Geass, and this was I guess 3 years ago when I was in college, and my friend was gonna go play the BioShock Infinite expansion, the DLCs for that, and he was the only one playing it, so I was like, yo fam, go play this game, and he said, I will if you watch Code Geass. And up until then, I hadn't really been watching anime since Cardcaptor Sakura when I was 10. So I was like,
you're being punished?
No, I wasn't punished.
That's
it was
horrible.
a contract. It was play these video games to watch Code Geass.
Oh.
And then
It sounded like you're being punished with Code Geass.
at the time I was
Code
like,
Geass.
what is this? At the time I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And then so I checked it out and I was like, okay, this is pretty dope. And then it's all been downhill from there. Now I've seen all these stupid weeb shows. So Code Geass got me back into anime, and it's all its fault.
So it ruined your life?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
You say that
Code
it's a bad
Geass,
thing.
not even once. Jesus.
Not even once.
Not even once.
This is your brain on Code Geass.
It's just Jibu
For
all the
me,
time.
It's huge. It's huge because it's there's so many smart things in there, right? Chess games,
Dude.
huh?
Yeah,
Butts,
checkmate.
dude, all mechs on rollerblades, dude, crazy shit.
Hell yeah.
For me, I actually watched R2 airing, most of it. This was back, I want to say, my first year in high school or something like that. It was big amongst my friends in middle school, high school, especially R1. And then I watched all of R1. This was back in the days of when episodes were in 3 10-minute parts on YouTube.
Jesus.
And
Oh shit.
when I watched
Dude,
R1,
good old days, man.
and we're talking spoilers of Code Geass, all spoilers.
Oh yeah,
But,
Lelouch doesn't
when
back
they-
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, we'll get to that
We'll
later.
get to that.
Anyway,
That'll be fun.
Spoilers.
when I first watched the last episode of R1, I didn't know, and I don't think it was fully confirmed yet that we were gonna get a second season of Code Geass. Or if we did, we didn't know when it was happening. So just the cliffhanger from R1 to R2 killed me inside. And then the first episode of R2 also starts off really weird, where he's lost his memory and weird things are happening and nobody has any idea what's going on. So it was all very confusing. But I love it, and it was the first non-Detective Conan, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece anime that I saw that was airing.
So a real anime.
Genuine anime.
A real life anime.
Yeah, you stepped out of the casual world and stepped into the elitist world.
I think Detective Conan is still pretty elitist now because nobody watches
Literally
it.
no one.
Or did that just make it shit?
We cracked the
Ooh.
code.
I don't even know. Is it still going?
No, it's still going.
Detective
It's like
Conan will
started
literally
on
never
episodes or
die.
something.
Good for them.
Detective Conan will never die. It started like before I was born and it's still going on.
There are people who were born fans and died fans without any
weird to think
completion.
about.
They died really young. That's so sad.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's kind of like Cubs fans, like 100 years before they got a freaking championship. So
Yeah.
True.
Sorry, getting off track.
How'd you find out, Becker?
So this is like well into kind of like a couple months into my like anime, I guess hobby. Hobby's a good word.
Hobby?
Lifestyle?
My
Lifestyle.
anime
You're the
journey.
host of an anime podcast.
Lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
So yeah, I found out somehow that one of my friends in high school was into anime. And he's like, "What's your favorite anime, dude?" And he's like, "Fucking Code Geass." I'm like, "What the fuck is Code Geass?" And he's like, "Oh, it's this really cool show about this great MC, and it's got mechs and shit, and he's like the best MC ever." I'm like, "Okay, I'll give it a try." I watched the first episode.
That's a good
Yeah, dude.
friend, man. I'll tell you right now.
Fucking sweet.
Yeah. I watched the first episode, and I was actually kind of bored with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
Huh.
yeah, looking back, I'm like, why was I bored with that? It was a great first episode.
It's like the best first episode out there, but I digress. Anyway, keep going.
Debatable. Move
Debatable
on.
and not same. But anyway, Code Geass.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I was like, all right, whatever. I didn't tell him that I like didn't watch it. I was like, I'll get to it. Yeah, and he's like, whatever. And so this is like a little bit later. I couldn't sleep. I had like this insomnia. So I'm like, what better to do than just watch anime on my like mobile device? So I was like, oh yeah, I should probably watch more Code Geass. Maybe I'll like it more. And I did. And I watched both seasons within a day. Like I just binged
Yes.
both seasons within a day. I liked it a lot. I was like, this is so fucking cool. It's the best.
Nice.
Have you guys ever done a one-day non-stop Code Geass marathon before?
I mean, I used
Dude,
to.
marathoning
I used to
for
be
me,
able to
man,
do that,
I'm
but it's
getting
like,
old.
I did it once. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
It's.
I
I
don't remember doing it. I don't remember the experience, but I just remember loving it.
I remember really
like
like
my
taking
brain was
breaks for like food and like bathroom and the
It's
bath.
just life.
Although I was watching on a mobile device, so
You
I
just-
could like watch it while I like make food or something.
You say watching while you take
Yeah.
a shit.
Well, okay. Well,
That's what he actually meant.
Yeah.
I was like, where is he
Okay.
gonna go with this?
Yeah.
Obviously.
I know, yeah. In my mind, I'm like, I wonder why. Like, that's so convenient. Because, okay, when marathoning stuff, like, I'll tell you right now, I'm getting old. Not really, but, like, I feel getting old when it comes to, like, watching anime. 3 episodes is a lot for me. I'm just like, damn, I need to go get up and stretch. But the last time I marathoned something was 13 episodes, and it was, like, Sora Naruto. That was, like, a trip to Oregon.
Dude, that's a good
Like-
state to go to.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
It's a good
actually
show to
the
watch
most
on a good
boring state ever. Not gonna lie. Can confirm. I've lived here for 21 years.
not
It's
wrong.
the worst. But yeah,
Guys, this is such a great Code Oregon episode.
Code Oregon's best. Oh my god. So, Bacon, how did you discover the gay ass?
how did you discover that
Making
good
these
old
jokes.
showed gay ass?
Well, you know, like, I
we
went
were gonna do
into a
bunch of gay
bathroom,
ass
and I was like,
memes, come
whoa.
on. These are
We've
some
been
gay ass
making this
memes,
joke
my
for
friends.
20 minutes.
I know. It's just that was a good one. Okay, so I guess my story's kind of cool because quote unquote history repeats itself. So I was getting into anime a little bit. You guys don't know what I mean by that. When I was getting into it, I was like watching like Gundam 00 and just some really small things and kind of keeping my anime lifestyle on like low key because I was watching a bunch of rom-coms and I'm like, I don't want people to know that. My brother, who was watching quite a bit more than me at one point, he's like, yo dude, you should watch Code Geass. And I'm like, never heard of it. He's like, oh yeah, check it out, it's actually really, really good. I think this was at the point where season 2 was like halfway done airing, so I joined in at a pretty good point. When I watched it, first episode blew my mind. I was like, oh dude, nice, guys committing suicide, hell yeah, I like this. And then like every episode after that I just got more addicted in watching it. And the cool thing is, me and my brother watched the last like 3 episodes together I teared up and cried at the end. Tried hiding it from him. That didn't work out well. And then we played Yu-Gi-Oh after. But
Nice.
the cool thing is that I'm glad that he showed me that awesome series, because I didn't realize how popular it was when I joined all these subreddits and all that stuff, and I didn't realize how popular it was in the anime community. Fast forward to this year, I'm the guy suggesting anime to my brother, and he's all like, no, I'm not gonna watch anything. No, like, the best anime of all time is Code Geass, Bebop, Toonami stuff, and I'm just like, I'm trying to break him out of that, and I was like, here, check out JoJo, boom, he loves JoJo. Check out Kill la Kill, boom, he loves Kill la Kill. Check out Gurren Lagann, he's stopped for a good reason. And then, all according to Keikaku, next one I'm pulling out on him, Girls and Panzer. He'll never see it
Man,
coming.
you saved the worst for last. Come on,
But-
Bacon.
Dude, how dare you?
Bacon.
I'll start my
No.
own podcast.
Bacon, but you're right
With
though.
the-
Like Code Geass was crazy popular when it was airing. There was something called Geass Sundays that was crazy big. One of the founders of 4chan was actually a huge fan of Code Geass. So like every Sunday when the episode would air, like the whole like 4chan, like Geass everywhere, everyone posting like so much green text, so much reactions, so many theories on what was happening. It was intense. It just like brought so many people together. It's insane how popular it is.
Well, I can imagine just being like there when it was airing, because that must have killed people.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Like,
god.
I wasn't
Week to week.
I thought watching Attack on Titan live, not live, but watching Attack on Titan airing
Watching it
was
live.
like crazy. Oh my god, I gotta get out of here. I thought that was tough, but now that I think about it, the kind of stuff Code Geass was going through, God, watching that airing must have been like crazy.
What is it,
I
like
would've been losing my
episode
mind.
22 or 21 of R2, where like they meet Charles, the Emperor, and then like they see Marianne again, and it's like Suzaku, Lelouch, and C2 in like the Mind Palace thing, and like Lelouch like puts his Geass on like the masses of like the gods, and he's like, we have to go towards tomorrow. And then like it just cuts out, and then like the
Oh my
next scene
God.
is like Lelouch on the throne with like Suzaku right next to him. He's like, I'm Emperor Lelouch, and it ends. That week was so painful.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Like, there's so many good moments in that series. Probably my only thing to pick at when it comes to Code Geass as a whole is just their character design.
Oh man,
I love
really
Clamp.
like the
Okay.
Clamp. Okay,
Yes.
I don't know what the
Really?
so it was part Clamp and part like what's the guy's name? He actually did hentai before Code Geass. Yeah,
Good.
I know, right?
Ah, I see.
Good for him.
But I
I
like
see.
the designs a lot. They're really, I don't know, I wouldn't say unique, but they're memorable, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give it
Yeah.
that. But just, as a guy that's big, I'm like, damn it, I hate you all.
I
of you
like
and
that
your
it
skinny
appeals to both
bodies.
like women and men. Like obviously the women like appeal to men with their designs, and the men in the show like look
Mhm.
like, I don't know, like they're all very
Bishies.
attractive young
They're
men.
so
like,
bishy.
They're pretty.
I'm not gay, but
Oh.
Lelouch is a good looking guy. Let's be honest.
Ooh, what else?
Suzaku though.
Ooh.
Suzaku though.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, man. I hated Suzaku on so many levels.
I really
When I was
like
watching-
Suzaku.
I never got the Suzaku hate, honestly. Like, I get it,
Mhm.
but I never felt it. I was just kind of like, he's there.
I
trying to do
appreciate
his
think
Lelouch
it's
thing.
because
Suzaku
I
more in
wa-
rewatches.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, now I do. But back then I was like, dude, you're getting in the way. Like, please,
I-
get out of here.
I also never, I think this is kind of, some people were like, yo, Lelouch, really went too far. And I was like, did he, though? Did he go too far? 'Cause I
He
Shaw,
got
never-
far
he killed
enough.
literally billions of people.
you don't
Hey,
know that it was billions.
stuff happens, man.
They didn't say
Shaw.
it was billions.
Shaw, he enslaved an entire country. He had Yuffie kill so many millions of 11s. He bombed
That
so
was
many
an
places
I would
with
do the same
flare.
if I had daddy
Okay,
issues,
The
honestly.
Yuffie thing was an accident.
Sure.
That was
He
not
also
him.
he also had that landslide, that destroyed and wiped out everyone, including Shirley's dad. And then he also attacked Tokyo twice.
Sure.
Yeah. but
Shaw,
did
he
go
killed
too
a
far?
ton of.
I mean,
But
are you
did-
saying
Shaw's
you
like,
wouldn't do
is
the same
genocide-
thing? Like,
Shaw's is
Like-
committing genocide going too far?
When it. Well,
I mean,
I think holding hands is going too far.
That's
but...
too
Yo, if you hold hands,
Genocide.
you get pregnant.
think-
Okay.
okay, killing.
Dude, I know, right?
Yeah, I'm not
Why do
gonna
you
be
think
a
I'm
mom.
on the run all the
please.
time?
So yeah, that was I mean, obviously you can't kill thousands of people, billions. Okay, Faye, let's exaggerate. Billions of people, if you say so. But I think like his motivations, I always like understood. I was always like, okay, I get what Lelouch is about. Like, I feel you, man. Like, do your thing. Whereas like Suzaku kind of wavered, so I can see why people hated him. But I was always like, I never hated Lelouch. I think some people like got to the point where they hated him, and I'm like, nah, fam, like do it.
No. I love Lelouch, and I really like his motivation. I should clarify. I think his motivations were right, and I think the reason why let's ballpark it at tens of millions, okay?
I want an exact number. I want an exact number.
Wouldn't it be like an 11
At this point,
million?
I'm gonna like rewatch
No, but
it right
like
now and be like,
the thing with Lelouch is at first he was only doing it why? Like to help Nanali live in like a good world. And then once he accidentally kills Shirley's dad, like he starts to waver, right? Mm-hmm. And then he realizes that like he can't do that. It's not just for Nunali. And he comes to this realization twice. Once when C2, the first time when C2 is like, oh, like if you back out now, like literally everyone who died, including Shirley's father, will have died for nothing. And then second, when he's like about to go on that drug bender and like Karin slaps the shit out of him. And she's like, yo, fam.
Yay, drugs.
We are.
That
yo,
refrain,
Code Geass
what
was
the
like
fuck is
pretty
refrain?
metal.
Oh, yeah, for refrain is like a memory drug, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, it was. It's like
you should
crack, but
refrain
with
from doing
memories.
it.
It's basically crack. It's basically like crack plus LSD plus like one alcohol.
That sounds lit.
Like-
Where can I cop that?
Area 11?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you could probably get it from Lelouch himself, dude. I guarantee you, after all this crap that's happened, I'm pretty sure he shot up a little more, like while he was chilling.
Nah,
like,
he's
on
too
that
good
little
for that
buggy
shit.
That he was driving.
Lelouch isn't.
Yeah, see, you know,
he's
no,
pussy.
he's not,
gonna
Shaw.
do that.
He would have if it wasn't for Karin.
Dude, right?
Yes.
It's such a stressful
We're
journey.
waiting for this conversation. We're waiting for this. Don't jump the gun on that. But anyway, so I think like for like Lelouch is obviously great. I can see like he's definitely one of the greatest like MCs. I don't agree when people say that he carries the show because I think there are a bunch of other really interesting characters.
Nah.
I mean, we could talk about that when we
Like
get to R2
Karin,
in particular.
Suzaku,
That's
Orange.
not who I would list.
Orange.
Orange.
Rollo,
Rolo gets
Shirley.
too much hate, honestly, like, man.
I cried
when
so
Rolo
many
died.
times.
Like, the song they were
I
playing.
cried when Shirley died. When Shirley died, I cried so
did
much.
not
I thought it was
cry.
funny.
That scene was nuts.
When I
That's
rewatched it,
so
I
hard.
laughed when
So
Shirley
much.
dies, but when I first watched it, I was like, oh, fuck. Shirley died. Why?
When Shirley died, I was like, okay, there it is. Like, I knew from the get-go that Shirley would be useless. And she wasn't useless.
Wow.
But,
Shaw, you're useless.
no, I'm talking.
Whoa,
Wow.
Mom, Dad,
I mean,
don't
there's
make
like
me
so
choose.
many
Stop
like
it, please.
useless Geass characters, but we don't really watch like Geass for the like side characters, to be honest.
I just knew
Don't
that,
we
like,
though?
I mean,
Rizzle, whatever his name is?
Like-
Rivals?
Rizzle? Right, Rivals?
I hate
For-
Rivals and
for-
his
for-
I was
fucking
like,
one line.
poor Rizzle.
Rivals started the plot.
Wait, who
Rivals
is
is
Who is
the
Exiled?
guy
Riv-
who, like, the first episode, like, his best friend on the council.
With the spiky Yu-Gi-Oh hair?
Yeah,
Yeah, who, like, drove him to the truck that started the plot.
yeah.
He has a
Technically-
motorcycle
He's
and he
important
has
to
a
the
sidecar
plot.
with
His
Lelouch in
hair
it.
Kickstart the plot, but other
Yes.
than that, he
And he was like with Millie, like he and
Yeah.
Millie like
dude,
got
he
along.
really he wanted to
Oh,
bang
okay,
Millie so hard, but he never did. And
Like,
that
who
was, I
didn't,
always thought that
though?
was so funny. He was forever
That was
alone.
great.
You're not wrong,
That
Faye.
was
You're not
great.
wrong. The funny thing about him that I remember the most is when like I remember the part where Lelouch, and I think it was the final episode, or probably not. It was just at one point where Lelouch is like all decked out in like emperor gear, and Rizzle was all like, "Yo, Lelouch, don't you remember me?" And Lelouch gives him the cold shoulder, and I was
Yeah,
like,
I think that was
"Oh,
like
dude."
Savage.
I think that was the same
That
was
episode
just
that
trying
to,
Zabu
like,
became emperor.
Ride on his coattails,
That
be
was
like,
the
notice me,
meanest thing.
Emperor Senpai.
That's the meanest thing Lelouch did in the whole show, is give him the cold shoulder. Like, he might
No,
have
the
killed...
meanest
Yeah.
Go for
meanest
it.
thing was when he Geass Nanali to give him the trigger.
Yo, at that point, I was so, like, I needed to see, like...
He didn't
his
need to
plans
do
as
that,
goals.
honestly, because
I needed to see his
Are you
plans
gonna
as
say
goals.
because she's in a wheelchair?
Wow.
No, I wasn't gonna say
wow.
no, just
You
like
thought that. I can't
no,
believe
no,
you
no, no,
thought
no.
that.
I was gonna
Chicken,
say that.
Come
So
on,
mean.
like
That's
Okay,
so mean.
hear me out. I don't think Lelouch is that weak, but you know, if there's a girl,
He's
she has
resourceful.
something,
He's
that
not
was
weak.
mine.
No.
Yo,
Can we
she
just
was
remember
wasting
the
time.
fact that like
She was wasting time and
Lelouch-
shit needed to get done.
Yeah.
She needed to hand that shit over ASAP.
Also,
You should
like,
just grabbed it.
remember, like, Lelouch was, like, super out of breath because he was running away from the mecha fight. Also,
Yo, that
like,
was
he...
cool.
come on,
that
man.
was a cool detail to have because I think a lot of times people would be like, "Oh, he's too perfect because like he's good looking and smart," but he has like the athletic ability of Nunnally.
Yeah, they foreshadowed like his lack of athletics. Like I remember in that one episode where the cat takes the mask. Like they have to run up the stairs.
Oh, and he's like exhausted.
seriously struggling just to run up like flights of
Like
stairs.
Millie is outrunning him,
And then
in, like,
Suzaku's
a
just like
Victorian
a
outfit.
superhuman. It's great.
And he's just, like,
his way.
struggle busing.
Well, that's the thing. Because I remember me and my brother were talking about this. Because remember with the ending, when you see quote unquote Zero like running towards
He's doing flips and shit.
Lelouch.
Oh, and, like, he flips over and he, like, dodges bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when people were saying no, that's the real Zero, even though people knew that Lelouch was like Zero, right?
Yeah.
It's funny because there has been that one guy that's like, yo, that can't be Zero. Lelouch ain't that athletic.
Well,
Come
all
on,
the
man.
people who knew that were the people who were, like, Karin, who were, like, Suzaku, Nanami, all those people who were already in the know and knew why he was doing it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love the show. Just overall, like, you mentioned the cat episode. A lot of people don't like the cat episode. A lot of people don't like
Or
the,
like the school festival one.
the Love Hat episode, but, like, I really liked it 'cause
the
it was, like,
school shit. I
slice
think
of
it's
life
so
elements.
funny.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
important to remember that before the plot of the show, Lelouch was like a normal high school kid, and that's not going to change just because he has superpowers now. Like, he
Right.
does high school things. That doesn't just go away. And he was trying to live a double life for like most of the show. So
Mhm.
sometimes you just have to make a giant pizza and chase after a cat and like have tons of girls trying to husband you up. Like, that's just life, you know?
Yeah, especially in the second season where, like, he's supposed to pretend he's a student in order so that his Zero identity doesn't get found out again.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also
I think
because
it-
Nanali is missing, right? In the beginning of season 2, he has no idea where
Yeah,
Nanali
nobody
is.
knows where like everyone's like memory of
Like,
Nonali's
who the
erased and
hell's
replaced with
Rolo?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're like, who the fuck is Rolo? And I was like, I hated Rolo, but then when he died, I cried.
I didn't cry, but I was just like, damn, man.
It's like,
That's
you know what? You
that
died in a very
sucks.
useful way. I respect you. Good shit.
Wow, all you heartless
I like his
people.
power too. I like his power.
Oh, like how his
That's
heart
cool.
would stop every time he stopped time. You like
Yeah.
that?
That's fucked up.
No. I just like I like time manipulation ability.
Wow.
I like time manipulation. All right.
Oh, by the way, guys, I googled
That-
how many people did Lelouch kill throughout Code Geass. I googled it,
God.
and the top answer, based on some random sketchy website, is a lot.
I mean, you could say
So-
that.
Wow.
At least 11.
At least over 11. We can all agree.
I think 12.
The other
I'd say
answer is-
12.
Maybe a baker's dozen.
A lot, several million at least. And the final statement of this is he probably made Hitler and that one Chinese warlord, I forget his name, look like a bunch of pussies.
Mao Zedong.
So the answer is he made Hitler and Chinese warlord X look like pussies. That's how many people Lelouch killed.
Chinese Warlord X. I want that to be my nickname.
Well, you need
Despite
to
not being Chinese nor Warlord.
nor
Throw,
have
throw,
an
throwing it out there. I think it's Mao Zedong. I want to sound smart for once. Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
And there it is.
and there it is.
yeah, there, dude.
So-
Thank you.
We've danced around this point, but this is an important conversation we need to have. And it's pretty much
How we
the only
felt
reason...
about R1 and R2?
No, fuck that. No. It's best girl wars on Code Geass.
It's
Well,
definitely
we all
iconic.
know
Wait,
that
whoa,
it's the
whoa.
person
There's-
that's in
there's
my-
more than
my
one
picture.
girl?
We all know that, right?
So, I think there's only one right answer, and if you want to see
And
what
it's
it is,
Karin.
just look at Becker's icon.
Just-
I think are
You mean like the
Um,
opposite of what
like,
Baker's
why,
icon
why
is?
saying
Colin
her
out of all
name?
people though,
Is
Fate?
it,
Like,
is it? Are you saying Karen or something? It
are you-
sounds
are-
like you're
her
not
Karin?
saying
name is not
Callan.
Karen. Like,
It's Karin.
It's Colin.
Conan? There's no
Karin.
Colin. There's
Karin.
L's.
Karin.
Kaon? He's trying to say Kaon. We know. We know you
This
love
is suddenly
Kaon.
the,
We get
the
it.
Kanon
okay?
podcast.
First of all, it's
Oh.
Karin because it's an Asian name.
Well,
That's
it's
racist.
Second
not.
of
That's
all-
racist.
That's racist.
Second of
She's
all,
Japanese.
you're racist.
Whoa, wait. You
She's
can't,
half
hey, take it
Japanese.
easy. Come on.
She's half Japanese. You don't even get it right. Oh my god.
First of all, like, I just want to say, like, shipping CC and Lelouch is so weird for me because C2 is, like, literally thousands of years old and Lelouch is, like,
She's
17.
aged pretty well for being a witch.
But she's
Say
also,
that
like
it's a bad thing.
Like, she has tons
She's-
of experience.
that's, like,
Let's think about that.
super illegal in, like, every country.
But she acts like she's
Well-
17, so it's like the same thing.
It's cute.
She
Meanwhile,
doesn't act
Callan
like she's
acts
17.
like she's 8, so that makes
Kana does
Lelouch-
not act like she's 8.
So,
I
like,
will
if
fight you,
Lelouch-
Shaw.
If Lelouch goes after Callan
in
and she
before
acts like
Bake
she's
Monogatari.
8, that makes him a lolicon. And it sounds
Wait, but
like you're supporting
when does
lolicon.
Kanan act like she's 8?
I don't know. I feel like season 2 she acted
With the
like
way she's sitting in that little bath area, like
Meh.
when she's all like fully naked.
Wait, what?
Wait, there's nudity in Code Geass?
That
What?
the bath
Wait.
scene that you always post.
Oh.
That I
No,
always post?
he's talking about me.
Oh.
Yeah. Never mind. Do it live.
We're already
Show them.
We're
Show
doing it
them.
already
live.
doing it live.
We can do
Oh,
it
yeah.
more live. Okay.
Okay, so
K-On! Live.
So we'll do it the old-fashioned
in
way.
regards to best girl, because I've yet to put my 2 cents on this. Okay, it is for me a coin flip between CC and Colin.
I don't think there's any other
Okay.
girls in the show that are worth mentioning for this. So that's
Nina?
No.
No, well, she can be mentioned.
I mean,
So that's like the closest to a compliment you're gonna get on this fate. Like the fact that Callan is a contender is like congratulations.
Kanan is so much better as a character and as
I
a
don't
ship
think she's a
to
good
Lelouch.
character compared to Cece. Like
I don't think CC is a good. I don't see C2 as a good character.
I don't
I'm
see
sorry.
Callan is a good character.
Ow.
I don't see you as a
Well,
good
I-
character.
Wow.
I thought there's so much
I
development.
think the problem
So much development.
With
I think the
C2?
problem is
I think there's so much development with Kanan's character. How she starts
How?
off as she just starts off as this rebel who just latches onto something because her brother started it, and then like we see the shit she has to go through with her mom becoming like a super drug addict, and then she finds out that the leader she's been following since day one and the man she loves is actually her schoolmate who she's been suspecting of and has been like lying to her behind her back. Then she goes and follows him and still loves him, and then finds out this guy wants to be a druggie just like her mom, and like is making all these moves on her, and like doing that would be like the best, like it's something she's always wanted, but no, she's strong enough to realize that her love for Lelouch isn't as strong as her love for her country and for
well, she
freedom
doesn't
and
love
for what's
Lelouch.
right.
She loves Zero. That's an important
She loves
distinction.
Lelouch
And then in the
too.
second season, she spends the whole time like lusting after him. She's like, "Yeah, I'm going into
No,
this huge
what?
battle, but does
No, I'm
Lelouch
talking
like me?"
no season 2 where she slaps the fuck out of him
But
because
then
he tried to
after
drug
that-
up.
Yeah, then after that, she's like going into battle, and she's like, "But does Lelouch like me?
bam, ace mech pilot. Boom.
But does he
No.
like me? But he might
What?
like me. Yeah, that happens.
No.
Yeah, she's-
Shao, when did you wait? No,
Don't
that
even pull
definitely
that.
does not.
Don't even
Don't
pull that. She
even.
happens. Don't even try and like. Don't even.
This
try and
isn't
pull
even
that
funny,
shit.
Sha.
This isn't even a joke.
It was never funny. Come on.
This is never funny. Okay, so
No, and then she abandons Lelouch because she
because she's
thinks
such a great
he's
person.
going.
What a great girl.
Yeah, because she thinks he's going down the wrong path because like everyone else, he looks like this total d-bag who's gonna commit genocide and lost all his ideals and everything that made him right. So she's
These
like,
hoes ain't loyal. Hoes ain't loyal.
See,
she's
CC is
loyal
She
to
was-
her
she's been
country
around since
and
the
freedom.
beginning.
First of all, C2 also, like, not
Okay.
also. C2 in R2 lost her memory and became, like, this
That's not her
total
fault.
fan service character.
Oh, when
And
did
Colin
that
wasn't
no,
a
happen?
fan
that's the
service
writer's fault.
character?
Callan is like the epitome of a fan service character.
And C2 isn't?
But bunny girls. Woo!
Okay, Fate has gone. Okay, now it is Becker's turn. Lead
Alright.
the fight.
So, like,
Wait, what are we fighting for?
needs to
I was
present-
just
I don't
standing
know
in the
what
corner
we're
like,
fighting
He needs to
for.
present his case on C2. This is his waifu.
okay, so
yeah, okay, go on, as you were.
Cece's my waifu. I don't know if anyone knew.
Wait, Subby, that's you?
Wait, dude. Oh my god, kill yourself. I like Cece's my waifu because I like her personality. I like her backstory that was given in R2. I'm not a fan of her turning into like basically a maid in R2. I don't really not a fan of that, but I still think that she's a great character. I like that she's known Lelouch the longest. She's known him since like what he was born, as
Yeah, because she was with Marianne. Yeah.
and I don't know. She's got nice assets. She's a great mech pilot. Like she just, but
Is she?
I mean that depends on.
She's a good mech pilot. She's a good mech
is
pilot.
she better than Colin?
Well, is Code Geass about the mechs?
Yes.
Well,
it is.
No.
it's-
I thought
It's
it was
by
about
Sunrise.
chess. It's about chess.
Yeah. Code Geass was like, it's
I
it's
mean,
by Sunrise.
most
yeah, sure, Gundam.
can
and
you
all
say that
but let's
most
be
mech
honest.
shows are actually about
Call-
mechs? Like, I mean,
Yes.
like Gundam is less than like.
Well-
are you gonna say that Gundam's?
Gundam is an advertisement, but the
It's
thing
a
is, they
war
throw in
drama
politics
told
in
through
there.
mechs. Like they don't need mechs. Mechs are pretty impractical as like machines like on ground. In space they're more practical, but like most of Gundam takes place
Yes.
on ground.
In space.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
like well,
No,
no, I was
Gundam
gonna
Wings
say,
0079 takes place
Becker, have
on
sorry, keep going.
No,
keep
you no ask away, my friend.
Oh, my friend, my
You're my
good friend,
comrade.
who just happens to have different views, but that doesn't matter because I still love you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you read the Lelouch of the Rebellion manga that takes place without any mechs?
No, but I've heard that they explain why they give an explanation for why they have mechs instead of like other things or like jets or something, right?
Yeah, they have like jets and like so it's like
Whoa.
it's much more grounded, and I really like it because it really doesn't take away too much of the like what made Code Geass. I think it's different because in like what made Code Geass so good as an anime was, first of all, it's gonna age very well. I mean, it's 10
It's
years
still
later
aged.
and we're still
People are-
talking
yeah,
about it
Mostly because of the ending, honestly.
because well
But now
that too,
that's
but
being brought
also
into
it looks
question.
great. It looks amazing.
No, yeah, it
All
looks good for
the effort.
2006 and 2008.
All the effort they put into those hand-drawn mechas makes it last for a very long time. Like, I don't think, first of all, Akito wouldn't have lasted for a while because it's shit, but like also
You don't even
it
know
didn't
how
age
shit it is. It's so bad.
it didn't age well past like the first week it was out because it looked like the weird 3D CG they used for their mechas. Wasn't a fan of it.
Well, like CG,
but Code
mecha
Geass
just
is
looks
Not
weird
fan.
anyway. Like just CG in general just
Yeah.
looks weird, and I don't think anime has like perfected the CG look yet.
yeah,
And
I
before
would
the
agree with that.
first scene of Girls in Panzer.
I mean, yeah,
The only
kinda.
Hey.
there are 3 instances I can think of where 3D CG worked out well. First is in Fate Zero when they had Berserker as the only 3D CG character, and I thought that was cool because he was like shrouded in darkness, so it made him look different than everyone else.
They did a good job of like
Uh,
trying to hide it at least. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second is God Eater, which was done by UFO Table, which was like 3D CG, but they purposely made it look more like 2D CG, and it looked really great. In the Blu-rays, they went into so many
Then
production
the
problems.
best CG was Berserk.
2017.
I was gonna say,
the best CG is,
Expelled
like,
from Paradise.
Expelled from Paradise. That's not too bad, I guess.
That was all 3D CG. I thought it looked. They had a lot of great action mecha sequences that you could only pull off in 3D CG. I felt like.
Yeah, maybe.
So.
Okay. We were wait. What were we talking? We were talking about the justification of
Code
using
Geass?
The
mechs
mechas.
Talk
in
about Code
Geass, right?
Geass.
Code Geass.
Yes.
I thought they were like pretty fun fights. I like Code
Yeah.
Geass fights.
I like
They
that
did
there
some
was
good shit.
strategy involved. Not well in R2, in R1 in particular. In R2, it kind of becomes like who has the stronger mech, basically.
Well, it's just like when those who's that trio of like those knights that came.
Oh,
Oh
from-
yeah,
guys.
the night. Yeah,
Those
the,
guys.
Oh yeah.
the Knights of the
Those guys.
yeah.
Round.
You know what? Screw those guys. Screw those guys.
They had such
I hate
OP
'em.
mechs. It was
Like-
ridiculous.
Yeah. Like the girl had one. Like the girl that took photos, who in my mind was kind of like more useless than like Anne Frank with a drum set. You know what I mean?
Holy.
It was gonna.
Why with the drum
Like
set?
all she did was take photos. I don't know. Think about it.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Anya.
Sure.
oh, she's in. Okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
Anya.
Anyway, yeah. So
Also, wait, why would? Did you mean Helen Keller, not Anne Frank?
no, I think he meant Anne Frank because she's like in hiding, so she can't make noise, and drums make noise.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Took a while,
Anyway.
but we all ended up there somehow. But here we
Let's
are.
bring it back, folks.
We're back.
God dang it. That was. Yeah, there goes my flow. Anyway.
Yeah, she was pretty
JIBUN,
useless.
whoa.
JIBUN, flow.
Colors
God,
by flow.
Dang it! That's the exactly. You're just thank you. Anyway, the thing is that those 3 characters, yeah, they just walked in with OP mechs, and at that point I was thinking, okay, there's no point of these mech battles if they're overpowered. So I wanted to focus my mind on more of like the politics that was going on, because that girl with the photo, her mech just had a giant cannon that just obliterated everything.
But it
And
also
in my
took a
mind, I
long
was
time to
thinking-
load.
Yeah, naturally, but I'm not saying like I hated the mechs, but there was a point in R2 where I was just like, okay, I get it. These are weapons, but can we get to the point I care about, which is like Lelouch and everything else? Because
So did you guys
I
find?
think it. Yep. Sorry. Go
Sorry.
on, Shaw.
So like a lot of people, I think this is a common enough statement to say, oh, I liked R1 more than R2, and then like you have the people who say, oh, but like the ending in R2 is like so much better. Like, do you guys find that there was a difference in quality between the first and second seasons? Because I watched them back to back, so it just felt like one to me, and I didn't really notice any kind of, like, big change in quality. But since, like, Fate, you watched it airing, like, did you really notice a difference, like many people claim?
I definitely felt they were, back when it was airing, I felt like they were, because the week-to-week wait was so killer. It felt like they were amping up the slice of life aspects a little too much, and when it was airing, like, I was like, I don't give a shit about Rolo. Can we move on? I need to know where Nali is.
Yeah.
And then but I think when you watch it retroactively, and I've seen it 6-7 times through.
Wow, I've seen it about 4 times. I thought I saw it a lot. Jesus.
No, for a while.
I've only seen it once. I feel terrible
Same.
now.
No. I know. I used to watch it like every summer, and every once in a while on winter breaks, and then I had that 1-day marathon of all 50 episodes, and then one other time I found out that the directors and voice actors commentary on the episodes, and I watched it with that, and that was very entertaining. But I really didn't think there was that much of a drop off. It was just that the focus shift. So I don't think there was a quality drop off. It was just like R1 is a lot more setup, more foundation, more introduction of the characters. R2 is like, well, now we're here. What do we do? And
It's time to
I don't
move
know.
forward
For
to
me,
the story, man.
I love both of them. I think I like R2 a little bit more, just because I really, not just because I love the ending, but I thought now that we had established characters, seeing them grow and when we had moments when they acted out of character or when they were acting so in character, it meant more. Like when Lelouch bows his head to Suzaku, he's like, I'm about to attack Tokyo, can you please protect Nanali? I don't care what happens. Like, he's bowing. This like dude with the ego of the world is bowing before his childhood friend, like his face in the gravel. Suzaku stomps on his head into the gravel further, and Lelouch still begs on his hands and knees for him to save Nanali. And all the while, Lelouch refuses to say why he activated his Geass against Yuffie. That's something I really loved about R2. I always thought he was going to cop out each week. I thought eventually he's going to be like, Suzaku, I'm sorry, that was my fault. It was an accident. I told a really bad joke, and that's why she killed everyone. But he owned up to that mistake.
He followed through with his shit. And he was on the path of blood. He knew what he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I really liked it, because you couldn't have that on R1, because at that point he's still like a wavering character who doesn't really know why he's doing all these things. But R2, he really cements himself as, this is who I am, and if that's the end goal I want, to create worlds, I will destroy worlds. So
Best line ever, man.
That's pretty deep.
ah man, I love Code Geass.
Can we talk about the ending for like an extensive amount of time, please?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So with me right now, with that ending, regardless, because I'll throw it out there. It's funny because my brother's in the other room, and I hope he doesn't hear me say this, but I noticed him crying too at that ending. But he wiped it up, and then we played Yu-Gi-Oh! But that ending itself, when there were just so many emotions like flying left and right, because number one, I was sad that he died, he gets stabbed and all that stuff, and when the music plays, oh my god, and Nunley's crying. Number two, everyone was like happy because, you know, it's a new world, and I was kind of happy too. I'm like, yay, world peace in this anime I'm watching, yay, not in the real world. But the thing that really got me was what Nunley was just saying the whole time. Like, dude, I just want to live with you. Come on. Like, come on. And he just, damn it. Like, just when he got stabbed, I was like, every time I hear that song,
Matter Sky.
well, like whatever the ending, Matter Sky, and then the ending.
Continued story.
Oh no, that's the Master.
Oh.
Yep. I think it's like, I think no one can really deny that, like, the execution of that scene was nothing short of perfect. Like, you have the build up of him being in, like, the emperor chair, and, like, Nunley is, like, tied up at, like, she's chained at the bottom of his, like, float at this parade, and then you just see Zero, and we get to learn, like, how Lelouch, like, entrusted this to Suzaku, but, like, he's kind of, like, cursing him. Like, it was a weird dynamic of, like, you
Oh yeah,
It was
cursed.
pretty gay.
It was really gay.
It was not
Suzaku
gay.
can't show his face anymore.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, he has to be Zero now. He's the symbol of peace.
Like-
and like,
Yeah, it's like,
that
Suzaku.
sucks, kind of. Like, dude, I can't go back to school now. It's like, no, you can't go back to school, man. You're me. It's like, man.
Yeah, you're me, fam.
Fine.
But it was like,
Yeah, you're...
and then like when he gets stabbed and he like whispers his last words to Suzaku and he like, it's like blood on his hand goes on his face and like Suzaku's crying, you're crying, everyone's crying. Like, that was just such a like really well executed scene. Like, they did really well with that.
They also even when Lelouch falls down, his streak of blood creates a cross pattern motif on the
in before Christianity.
Well, yeah. I mean,
We instrumentality now?
the Human Instrumentality Project was such an ass pull, Shaw.
Yo, this is the worst.
My God.
That's stupid. You
No,
guys talking
That's
NG
my least.
spoilers.
That's my favorite ass pull in Code Geass.
Oh, we all know I love NGE, but go
Yeah.
on.
I don't know. So I love that ending. I thought it was great. I was really moved by it. Bacon, like, how opposed would you be to us moving on to, or Becker, since you're
I was actually gonna
hosting
say,
this?
I was wanting to say this, but I knew the ending watching the show. Yeah,
Really?
I actually did too.
Oh, that sucks.
and I still really liked
man.
it. It's an
Yeah, I
ending
got
that works
spoiled on
even
it,
if
and it
you
held
know
up
what
well.
happens. Like, it's not like it's reliant on like shock or anything. It's like it works. It's a solid ending, and
Like, I'm a music guy, and like everything was well directed altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the only thing that was that I thought was just funny was like, because of course, now that of course the obvious season 3 is coming up, the whole when C2 was like sitting on the hay bale and like she was getting pulled around.
driver.
The whole time I was thinking, yeah, the cart driver. Yeah, everyone's like, oh,
He's the cart
like,
driver.
Oh, that's, I guess. Yeah,
guys-
like, oh, that's
how do
not true, right? Because
How'd you guys feel about that? Were you like, is he alive or dead? Like, what were your
So-
stances on that before our
so-
next
So-
topic?
All right. So for me,
right.
I hated the fact that, first of all, I hate the fact that they're saying he's alive, because I felt like the whole reason why it was so emotionally resonant is that this guy who like on like a surface level cared about people, but like deep down seemed to really only care about himself, was willing to lay down his life and like demonize himself, worse than Yuffie was, in order to save the world. And to me, that would be cheapened if like he knew it didn't mean much. Like he was like, oh, like I'm gonna survive this anyway, so like
Yeah, it
fuck
ruins
all
it.
y'all.
It ruins it thematically.
So for me, like I was just like, he has to be dead, not just because like the creators and the director of the show were explicitly like, yeah, Lelouch's body was put on the Damocles, and the Damocles was sent into the sun to burn and explode.
Oh
Wait,
yeah,
did they
so
say
like,
that?
And so-
I
showed
read an
that,
interview
then there
that's
you
kind
go.
of like led to like it being like an open interpretation kind of ending, because
I
people
like-
are still
That's
discussing
what-
it to
that's
this
what
day,
I
10
like.
years later.
yeah, they said
Right.
like, I think I read that too, and it said some people read it as he is dead, this is it, but they said the way it was translated, I think it was more of his story is over, which I kind of like, because I like how they had it kind of be an open ending. Like, I like that we had that ambiguity over it. I don't want like an exact
Right.
answer either way. I don't want an answer from
That's
them.
exactly the way I feel, because it makes you just keep thinking about the show nonstop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And having
nonstop.
ambiguous. Yeah.
Wake up in the morning
'cause-
eating cereal. Is Lelouch still alive?
Is he with us?
Dude,
Remove
I'll
the
tell you
oven.
right now, it still gets thrown around between me and my brother, because my brother's a firm believer of he's alive, he has to be, and I'm on the side of like, dude, we'll never know.
But now,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
now
And
we'll
I think
know.
that's the beauty. Exactly, that's the
I
big
like-
question.
I like the
Not
mystery
question, but
more
that's
than
the
the
answer
answer.
now. It's like, we will.
The mystery is more important than knowing either way. And then
I think
Just
so,
like
too.
the
was
journey
cool.
beats the destination.
Yeah. Good
But
shit.
now we know.
But now, speaking to this is actually funny because we didn't mention this at the beginning, but we actually planned this Code Geass podcast before the season 3 announcement was made.
like
so
a
we
week
decided
before,
to do
actually.
this
Yeah.
like a week
And then we
before,
see
and
it.
then we're like, oh shit, season 3 is coming out. Didn't know we needed this. Probably don't need it. And then it came out, and here we are. So now we're doing Code
Yeah,
Geass.
talk
We're
about
doing it
sequels that don't
live.
need to
We are
exist.
doing it
Doing it live.
We are doing it live.
So
thoughts.
So it's called Lelouch of the Resurrection. So does that answer the question?
Well,
that
Yes,
he
is-
had-
thematically
so I guess he
relevant.
Pretty
died.
obvious.
So I guess if he died, he has to be brought back alive because that's
or,
how
or
resurrection.
is he like, is he like Tupac? He's like, he is alive, but he calls it
hologram.
So I think
resurrection
there's
because he
just gonna
survived.
be a hologram throughout the show. Like it's not actually Lelouch. It's just
It's
his
actually gonna be
hologram.
Justin Bieber.
He's
Holy
Spooky
shit.
Lelouch, the ghost. Oh man.
Where
No, it's
So spooky.
it's It's Suzaku actually, but his stand is called Lelouch.
His stand is called JIBUN.
His stand-up, his spirit kicks are just Lelouch. So that's
The thing
like,
about
God.
oh sorry.
So yeah,
The most popular fan theory makes sense at this point of why it was called R2. The fact that you had V2, C2, you have Lelouch,
What?
Ramperouge. Sorry? You have it. So the theory is that it's called R2 because you had V2, VV, and you had C2, CC, and you have Lelouch V Britannia, but his other name was Lelouch Ramperouge. And in Asian languages, particularly Japanese, the L and the R sound are romanized the same way in Romaji. So it could be R, and so it'd be RR, aka R2, which meant that C2 passed on her code to Lelouch, or maybe V2 did. Or
I thought
he got it from
Lelouch got his
Charles.
code from Charles.
Yeah, because Charles
I
got it
think
from
that was
V2, so Lelouch, I guess, could have gotten it from Charles.
That's what I
I
think.
think that was the theory. I saw
Yeah.
that theory where he was like choking him, and then he gave him the code, and it was like and then that was the exact thing.
That's the first time I've ever heard that theory. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, someone wrote
Yeah,
out
that
a
was-
detailed thing
yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Whatever the explanation will be, it'll probably be interesting knowing what these writers are capable of. Like, it'll be an interesting explanation, because that's what
And we
that's what I love so much about Geass is like how Lelouch gets out of these situations. That's what's fun about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What I loved about watching it with commentary is in R1, the episode where they end up on the island and it's Yuffie and Lelouch, and they're trying to survive. They talk about how he's digging and he's trying to make a trap, and he's like, "Don't worry, Yuffie. This trap is definitely gonna get us to boar and we'll eat meat tonight." The director talked about how originally Lelouch's hole was supposed to actually work as a trap, and then they were like, "No, this can't happen." One, because he's physically incapable of actually digging a deep enough hole
Classic
to
Lelouch.
capture an animal.
Classic.
Exactly.
But two,
I have to dig. Oh man, I can't.
I can't even run
lift this shit.
upstairs without Brit.
God, Lelouch, please.
and then two, they wanted to show how, as a prelude, how Lelouch has all these wild plans that should work on paper, but always inevitably fail.
ooh, foreshadowing. Nice.
And so, yeah, it's supposed to be resonating foreshadowing of Lelouch has these grand plans that are supposed to work, and they always have a missing piece that he doesn't account for, and it all crumbles around him. And he needs someone else to help provide him and pick him back up. So I thought that was a really good touch, and I think that is a theme that's present throughout the series.
So you think
So-
it's
But
like
if you
something?
think-
do you think
not all of
it's-
his. I don't think a single plan of his goes to
Exactly,
works out
according to
perfectly.
Kaikaku?
It always
Except
It
the
went
last one.
against
Yeah.
Keikaku.
But then, so that would mean that his whole Zero Requiem didn't actually work, and we're gonna have season 3 to say, "Hey, guess why your plan didn't work again?"
Which
I'm
is
just
so annoying.
afraid. I'm just
Yeah.
afraid that's going to be the whole the exhibition is going to start out in episode 1. Yeah, after the death of Lelouch, a year of peace, and war broke out again.
I mean, yeah,
damn
that-
it!
I
Who
mean-
started it? Who did it?
Who did this?
You couldn't hold
I
on
did
for
this.
hold
1
off
year.
for 7 million years. Come on.
Could have waited
Yeah,
until he was as many years as Lelouch was alive. Wait until that to have a war.
Cause I'm just afraid of some new enemy showing up, a brand new character saying, "Yeah, so I'm sick of peace. Let's just mess things up."
Yeah.
And then Lelouch just comes back from the dead, shakes the dirt off. He's like, "All right, let's do this again." I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not saying it is gonna be like that, but I do agree with Becker that these writers are creative enough to at least make something that we could all nod our heads and be like, "Okay."
Well, Fate, you
I'm
were
all for
talking
this.
earlier about who was actually working on this show, on the season 3, and we have
We have
a
a
grand
bunch of
lineup.
the original. We have a lot of the original cast, or not cast. Well, yeah, cast and crew working on this season.
Nice.
So this
Nice.
is what makes me the most nervous. This is a little bit of a sports analogy, but I think it works at any point,
Okay.
or any project really, where once in a while you just strike gold with the right amount of people at the top and the right amount of people at the bottom who are just young enough and talented enough, but haven't hit the point of stardom yet. So you have to remember when all these voice actors signed up for Code Geass, they weren't like big names. It's actually called the Geass effect for how big Jun Fukuyama and Ami Koshimizu especially became so big after Code Geass. C2's voice actor was very prominent beforehand. She was mating in the Madhouse adaptation of Cardcaptor Sakura before and in a ton of anime. But like two of your mains are like very new voice actors who kill it, don't have big egos, and like are able to work well as a unit. And then you have like a director hosting an original content. This probably was like his brainchild, you know, like something that he's been working on for so long, and you have the writers working. Everything's just clicking together. That's what made Code Geass so special. But sometimes you're like, hey, that plan worked out so well. Why don't we do it again? And sometimes you get like the 2011 Philadelphia Eagles dream team. And all those talented pieces just don't work out.
God. Can you
Sorry,
not?
Shaw.
That was mean. You could have used... That was mean.
Like, okay, like, I'm all for that analogy, you know? Because
I'm sure you
there
are.
are just times where it's like...
Right. Because now they're like super big, so you don't know what's going to go on. You don't know what the egos... And honestly... Have you seen what the Code Geass people have made since Code Geass?
What?
Let me list them
of
out for you.
Okay.
Comet Lucifer, which was terrible. One of the three worst anime I have ever seen in my life. Which was also an original anime, and it was terrible. The plot made no sense, the characters made no sense, and it tried to have like a Geass-like ending actually, and it failed miserably. It was... If I could give it a 0, I would. Then we have another original anime called Active Raid, which was like nice and kind of quirky a little bit, but also really bad. Like it had so much, it like never found its groove. It had
I've never
concepts.
heard of this, so
It was. I would not recommend it. I think I gave it like a 5. It had like one good episode, and that episode also had mechas. So it was like a love letter to like 1980s mecha anime, which is the only reason I loved it so much. And then now they're doing Izetta, the Last Witch, which also feels like it's gonna run into like so much. So like the plot doesn't make sense. Everything's like so convenient for the sake of plot twists, and to me, it's just one after another. It seems like they're trying to do the Geass thing over and over again. Right. And it just isn't working, and it's failing so hard because they're missing that special like chemistry, that it factor that they had the first time around. And I don't know if you can replicate that.
It's funny that you use those...
I really don't think you can replicate that because like it's something you just can't really gauge because it just clicks. It happens. Like when the gears start turning, you're like, okay, we got something going now. To redo that again and say, hey, can you do that again, but don't do this and don't do that. That's tough, man. I kind of get what you're coming from, especially with the whole Philadelphia Eagles thing. Because till this day, I'm all like, for me, it's kind of like, that's true. We have this dream team, but we did something great. Let's do it again. And all of a sudden, I'm all like, dude, why didn't we run on the one? But it happens, dude. It happens. Like things don't go according to plan, and who knows? Maybe like that's why I want to sit back and watch season 3 with an open mind and as a fan, but. If it does terrible and they don't run on the one, I'm just like, you know what? It happens. Let's move on. We'll find more anime out there. Just if they pull out season 4, that's when they'll be like, all right, you're trying to make money now. I see how it is. And that's when the fan base is going to crumble. That's when we're just going to disperse.
As the resident Philadelphia Eagles fan, what are you trying to... What are your thoughts?
One, general fuck you. Second, I think it's actually Geass related. I think it's actually interesting the words you used to describe the other, like, Comet Lucifer, which I've luckily not seen, which was, you know, plot didn't make sense, plot twists happen for the sake of convenience, because those are a lot of the words that people who don't like Code Geass use against Code Geass. Like, they criticize it for having those elements. So I think it's one of those things where it really does only kind of work for Code Geass. So I think those kinds of fears might not happen for the 3rd season of Code Geass because we kind of expect those kind of ridiculous plot twists to have. Like we could kind of expect a terrible joke to happen again, or like everyone dressing up as Zero. Like we could have those moments and it would still work because it's the franchise. So I think it might. I mean, there's hope, but I think there's hope that it can turn out as well as maybe some of the other Code Geass we've seen. Maybe not. Let's hope it's not Akito of the Exiled.
Yeah.
Like,
So could you like
hopefully
tell
it's
us
not
a
that.
little bit about Akito the Exiled? I haven't seen him yet, but I hear they're like not too great.
Oh my god. Watching
So Akito
I-
is about
yeah.
this like general, and they're in what's it, like the Europe country, like
Britannia.
the EU.
Oh.
no, not
EU.
Britannia, the other one, like the Europe
EU.
Union, the EU. So it's about them, and like I don't really know how to describe what happens except they go and they fuck some shit up with robots. That's essentially what happened. Like
But not letting
Okay.
even good fuck shit up.
it was not good fuck shit up. I don't think like I can't. That's
There's a
They
good
did not
and
fuck that
bad
shit up very well.
of that.
It was-
yeah. It was like
So, like-
they're at war with like it's in between R1 and R2. Lelouch shows up.
He shows up
And
for like
then
the
it
third
was-
one as like Julius, right? He's like under a different
Yeah.
name and he's got the eye patch
Yeah.
and everyone's like, "Is that Lelouch?" Like, probably is.
Yeah, it was weird.
Voiced by
It was
Jun
really weird.
Fukuyama. Yeah, no, probably.
But
The
but it's important to know, I guess, about these characters because they'll show up in R3. So
Oh shit, they are.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
apparently.
The
They were on
promotional
the
poster.
They're on the
you have
poster.
to
Has the
watch
new
that.
has those
Oh.
not only the Akito.
Well, they're on the poster. There's no confirmation, I don't think.
but they're on the poster.
It's just that they're on the
I
poster.
mean,
So,
that's. I
get
mean, we're
worried.
led to believe at least. That's kind of implying, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
But so that's another thing why I'm nervous. So I actually only saw, I might have seen the third one, and erased it from my memory. I don't remember, but I know I have the first two listed on Mal, cause I was watching those when they came out, and I was like trying to find them on like JIBUN or whatnot.
Oh
or
yeah.
TV,
Nice.
Oh yeah.
TV, whatever we were watching back then, and the first one was just so bad. And then I remember like, okay, the second one is supposed to be like really good, and that's when they were like, don't worry guys, like these 4 or 5 movies are all gonna come out in like the next 2 years, and we had to wait a year between the first and second movie.
More like was lucky
like, they
enough
kept-
to wait. Like you were lucky enough to wait a year.
Like, thank
you
God,
weren't.
it's
No, because then because I waited, because I was like constantly checking to see
you
when
like
this would
actually
come
wanted
up,
to see
So
this,
bad.
didn't you?
and then I
You were
saw
hyped
it.
as shit.
And I saw it, I was like, I waited a year for this, and then they were like, the third one's gonna come out in like 3 months. I was like, oh shit! And then they were like,
Shame on
JK,
me.
Yeah.
it's gonna come out in like another year.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck.
I like honestly like I watched these like what 2 weeks ago. I can't tell you what happened. Like it was just weird shit. They like it was not even
It looked
like
bad.
a concrete plot. Like I think they were at war with Britannia for a hot sec. Then they had a civil war happen inside, and then they had some war with these other people who had Geasses. And all I remember is they would always yell Shanae. Like that was at least 50% of the dialogue was them yelling Shanae. Like that was it, which means
Wait, like, does
die
the
in
MC have a
Japanese.
Geass?
Well,
War never changed.
Literally
Well-
everyone has a Geass.
Wait,
But, like,
everyone. Well, that's
no,
not
I don't
fun if
think
everyone
he
has
ha-
a Geass.
I don't think he has a Geass.
I'm
but, like,
very
he got
against
Geass,
that.
And then they're under like some Geass connection because his brother, like when they were younger, his brother like slaughtered his family for some reason. I still don't know
It's
why.
So-
they basically just took the Sasuke storyline from Naruto and put it in Code Geass.
I think that's what
I
happened.
kid
I
you
would
not.
Shine
And
as
then-
well.
I kid you not, that's actually what
awful.
happened.
I think that's what happened.
That
He
sounds
kills like
terrible.
everyone in their family, and he just looks at him in the church, and then he's like, "One day I'm gonna kill you," and he like looks at his
Brother,
and like
he
his
gets
eyes
Geass
turn
with
red.
him, and he's like,
His
"Shanae."
eyes turn red, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, this is actually Sasuke."
You know, I think it's the saying something when the best part of the series is they got like locked out of the city and they're chilling with these gypsies and they're doing like slice of life tasks.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that's
I've
the
seen
best
like
part
a
of the
like a
series.
GIF of like the dancing gypsy that kind of looks like Lelouch.
Yeah, so they like just chill with some gypsies and that was like legitimately the best part of the series. That was it. Like they were chilling with gypsies,
This-
cooking dinner. That was the highlight
This
of
sounds like something I do not want to watch, to be honest.
Yeah, don't
I mean,
watch
do
it.
you,
shouldn't.
do you not want to watch
If you
gypsies
want it, if
dance?
you heard
Like,
what we
have you
said
seen
and
those
you
character
want to
designs?
watch it,
Yeah, like,
like
what else
you
can
need
I
to get
say
your
make
brain
you
checked
wanna
out.
watch it? Like what can I say?
Well, when I first saw that,
more
that
can
was
I
coming
say?
out, it was kind of like, okay, is Lelouch in it? And then I heard from other sources saying, yeah, he's in it, but not too much. And I'm like, well, that's terrible. Then it's
Like,
not Code
yeah,
Geass without
yeah.
That's a
Lelouch.
good point.
At least that's my mindset.
That's a good point.
That's my mindset.
It's
I'm
not
like, I
Code
need.
Geass without Lelouch. That's it. That is
Yeah.
all you need to know.
Going back to, yeah, he didn't carry the show 100%, but it's kind of like, it's not the same.
But
And
he's
my
like
brother
the
said
best
it too. I said,
part
hey,
about it.
dude,
Yeah.
It's like
Exactly.
Shinji doesn't carry NGE, but if Shinji wasn't
wouldn't
an
be
NGE,
NGE, right.
that's not NGE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This One of those shows where, the MC dictates it. It would not be as accessible without Lelouch. And it's not Code Geass without Lelouch.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's why I was reluctant to be like, I don't really want to watch that if I don't want to see my favorite character, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's like taking the tanks out of Goop, but, that's a different thing. It would just be girls.
Girls
Which
at times
Girls
it was
und.
just girls.
Girls und.
Girls un.
Like
Girls und. Girls und.
just and
girls
what? And that's the
and,
mystery.
well, you're gonna
What
have
are we
to
gonna
watch
do
to
with all
find
these
out.
girls?
It's something
Yeah.
different
Girls
every
and
episode.
girls.
It's girls and dolphins. Girls and
Like, oh my
jump
god.
roping. It's girls and,
basically-
it's just something.
Girls and number.
Oh, there you go. 10 out of 10, I would watch. But,
5 out of 7.
So that's the thing. I'm probably just reluctant. Also with season 3, if they make callbacks to like that Akito, I'll be like, cool. I don't
Cool,
get
that's
that reference.
awesome.
And
That
I'm also
doesn't make
worried
me
about
wanna
that
watch
too.
the movies anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't
and at the
know
same time,
what
I'm
they would
also
make a callback
worried.
to. Like, straight
They're
up, I don't
just
know
gonna
if
call
they would
back
make
to
a callback.
Shine.
Shine.
I remember when
like-
Shine.
Like, oh,
Well, to be a TBH, Lelouch says Shine a lot because he's like, Lelouch vi Britannia ga meijuru. Shine.
No,
like,
no,
that's
that's
his
like
thing.
a full sentence of other words.
It's not
They
just
didn't say
straight
other
up
words.
Shine.
They just said Shine. Like, they didn't say, there's no preface. It was like, Shine, and then another character, Shine. Like, everyone is just saying Shine over and over again. And this is the movie. This is it.
imagine
This
the
is
VA.
4 or
Like,
5
all right,
movies?
here's your script, and it's like an index card that just says Shine. Like, all right, are you doing this? Yeah, not say it again.
We're doing
Say it
this
again.
live.
We're doing it.
Doing it live. Okay. But the only thing is I'm worried about too about S3 is that I hope there's not too much. You know how they always play the nostalgia card where it's like, oh yeah,
Remember
this
when,
one moment that
guys?
happened in season 1?
Clip show.
Remember when? Yeah, or
They
like,
are doing a compilation film,
Yeah,
right?
It's coming out. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
going to be more details about it in January, if I remember correctly. But
There's going to be more details about you in January.
Whoa.
What else?
Take
Don't
it
get racy
easy.
up in here.
Ooh, what else? I like where this is going. But I just don't want them to be hastily rehashing parts of season 1 and season 2 into season 3. Especially, okay, if you're gonna use flashbacks, you get like 1 minute, sprinkle it out throughout the entire season.
entire
because
flashback arc.
every person-
we Tenjo Tenge now. Like,
yeah, because the thing is that
Wait, Bacon? Did you just die?
quiet. Sorry.
So,
Becker, let's try that again.
I'm so
Okay, I think we lost-
confused
I
at
think-
just what's happened.
your voice just
Your
went, "Kill."
voice-
It's Sinead. Your voice Sinead.
Oh
hard.
shit! Did it? Fuck.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
like
Well,
a-
did mine die? Because everyone went silent. I was like,
I thought I
man,
said something
so much
like
attention
like
on me.
strangely racist, and I was like, oh, I fucked up.
Yeah.
No. Okay, we're good. But would you?
What I
so-
will say though
oh,
is like I expect this to be super popular. When I went to Japan this past summer, I was just in like a random mall in Osaka, like down one of those like shopping mall streets, and there was like an arcade and there was a giant poster for like a Code Geass pachinko machine. I kid you
Pachinko.
not.
Oh, I love
took a
how everyone
picture
thought
of
it was going to be pachinko memes, even though we had pachinko earlier this year. It was like, and
Like,
That's
then
what I
thought,
saw. I
oh,
saw-
this
I saw the
announcement's gonna be a
pachinko machine.
musical about pachinko.
I feel like
I
some
saw
people
it.
would
Yeah,
have
hi.
rather
That was a
had the
real thing.
pachinko at this point. Some people
I
like,
rather
would
have a
rather have
musical.
pachinko
Like,
machine.
what if R3 is a musical, dude?
What if
Oh
it's
my
IQ the live
God.
musical?
yo, that would be dope.
That would be
I want
that would be
everyone singing
Geass as
Shin-
fuck. Actually,
Everyone should be singing Shine.
Shine.
JIBUN wo shine.
Okay.
I don't know how I'd feel about that, but at the same time, I'd be like, I feel like you're just trolling at this point. But here, take my money.
Yeah.
What if the first episode is just like JIBUN wo repeated over and over again
The
for
10-hour
22 minutes?
JIBUN.
But like after like 7 times they play the second OP that sounds like a cat dying.
Yo,
Yeah,
that
we can
is
agree that
like
Jibuo
such
is
cancer.
the best OP.
So I think it's like JIBUN and then World End are the like 2 OPs I remember.
Yeah.
World End gives me feels and I'm like
I always thought
yeah,
it was
like, I get
interesting
hyped
how
up.
like the first OP in R1 is by Flow and the first ED in R1 is by Ali Project, and then by the end of R2 the second ED is by Ali Project and the second OP in R2 is by Flo. I always thought that was kind of interesting.
All according.
You're kind of interesting.
to
Which reminds me that I did end up meeting Flo at AX. Just throwing
Oh.
that out.
Casual.
JIBUN.
And yeah,
Casual.
hey, you know what? I didn't have my Code Geass wall scroll, and they signed my booklet. So I was like, dang it.
Did you say JIBUN Mo?
Did you?
But
Did you just walk up?
I
and
did not
just be
say
like,
that.
JIBUN and just walked away. Like they knew what you. They
No.
knew.
Did you-
They have to
When
know.
you saw them, were you like, JIBUN, whoa there?
Did you do
No, they
anything
didn't. I
cool
just-
when you met them? Did you do
I
anything?
did it.
cool?
No,
You
I just went up to him
lame.
and smiled, and I was like, "Hey!" And then they signed it, and they were complimenting
Sure.
me on my terrible cosplay, and I was like, "Thank you."
He
and
he
bye.
went with the flow.
God damn it.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a
Stop.
real
Dude, there you
fucking
go.
knee
This isn't
slapper,
even
like,
funny.
Shine.
Dude, haha.
Shanae. Shanae.
That's an Shine.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, so
But do you guys have
Lelouch?
any like Code Geass merchandise?
I bought the Blu-rays.
anything?
Oh man, I have so much merch. I have the
Okay,
CD.
let's hear it.
I have the complete collection box set that just released this year by Funimation.
I
Yeah,
might-
I bought
might
that
get
too.
it.
Well, I
I
didn't buy like the
dropped- I
box
dropped-
set, but I bought like some Blu-rays because
Oh no, I bought the I bought that and
Funimation won't like put like.
because I was like
Oh, you
because
go.
no, I got that and the Haruhi one because Right Stuff had them both for super cheap.
Dude, they're releasing the
relatively cheap.
movie too. Get hype.
Yeah, so I got that and I got whatchamacallit. I have a Conan like whatever Q-Posh
Dharmaka?
or whatever it is. I have no, I don't know. I have like a small Conan figure and then I have a Battle Spirits Grin MK2 figure and then I have
look
like
at this
the
guy.
robot Bandai Fighting Spirits of like Lancelot and Gurren Mark 1. And then I just ordered the 10th anniversary, what is it, Mad Project figure of Lelouch. So
Damn.
I got my Lelouch, my Code Geass
you just
merch
own
on.
all
Here
of
I
Code
am.
Geass.
One of my friends
He's
has like a working
actually
Code
the owner.
Geass Lelouch mask that he made for
Like, you can
one of our
breathe in
cons
it
when
and
we were in high
shit?
school.
What?
Oh.
Well, he custom made it, and then like
it
there's like a
opens?
button that lets it like fold out from the back. So like once you put
So
it
like
on,
it does like at the
it
end at
closes
the
from
end
the
of
back.
JIBUN, like it. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
Oh, that's sick.
Dude, that is
I
insane.
do wonder if there's like. Wouldn't that be like weird? Like it would get really hot in that mask, wouldn't it? Like imagine wearing that. All the
Also,
time.
he just to put
Yeah.
to
Oh,
take
yeah.
off his contacts, he just snaps his eyes.
Oh.
Yeah, he takes it off very fluently. That little contact lens, like when he waves his hand across his face, and then,
Yeah.
and then the Geass power is like right there. I'm like,
And then,
ouch.
first of all, where do you put your contact lenses? Because then, like, he waves them and they're both back in.
Let him be
I'm
eccentric.
pretty sure-
It's fun.
Yo,
it's the most
this is what he
physical
played
thing
chess
he's
for.
doing right now.
This is what he does.
Code Geass.
This
This
is
makes
why
Code
he plays
Geass
chess.
literally unwatchable. Like I need my explanations.
This is the ass pulls
Dude,
everyone
I
was
need
talking
more-
about, right?
Dude,
Yes.
Ass pulls more like
Makes
eye
it
pulls.
literally Comet Lucifer.
basically.
This is the difference.
Ouch.
Honestly, you guys should see Comet Lucifer if you guys want to see how Geass would be if Geass was terrible.
Well, I already did see Geass as if Geass was terrible in the movies.
I'm sure you saw
So
Akito.
I did.
Oh, mic drop.
Been there, done that.
Well, let's be honest. Code Geass is just one big Pizza Hut advertisement.
Dude,
so,
that
you know,
pizza butt,
Pizza
am I
butt
right?
advertisement.
Hey.
Hey.
Ew,
Alright.
ew. I don't know which one to say.
Like, do you guys
Why
think
would you
there's-
say ew?
who do you think is going to be sponsoring R3? Like, there's going to be some
Well,
sponsor.
if there's no
Pepsi.
Pizza Hut,
Like,
if
what
there's
if
no
it's just
Pizza
like
Hut
Magically
sponsorship,
Domino's
I'm
this
dropping
time?
it. Like straight up dropping if there's no Pizza Hut. Like I can't deal with that lack
I
of
need
artistic
my product
integrity
placement.
and consistency. I need that
Yeah,
shit.
the first
It's gonna
scene
be
you just see
sponsored
her,
by
like, eating-
Katsudon.
No, it's like you see Cece eating like KFC.
it's not
see the
same.
Colonel walking away.
It's
like-
not
Eating
the
Taco
same.
Bell.
It's not.
What?
Yeah.
Ew, that's just
Oh.
that doesn't work.
What chicken butt?
See,
That
it's
would
not. It's not
literally
as
ruin
fun.
the-
Becker,
entire
I think we can
experience.
both agree that no matter who is best girl, butts are great.
But yes.
But
I haven't
Kyle's usually
said who
known for
I,
her
who I
tits,
liked
Oh,
more,
yeah.
huh?
Like,
Hold on.
But-
Okay, I'm gonna flip a box. I'm
Wait,
a box.
That's not even a coin.
That's-
like flip a coin. Just say
I
it's a
just
coin.
said
That
it's
is
a
not even
box.
Say it's a
currency.
coin.
Okay.
what are you trying to barter?
This
You're gonna
isn't
hear
even a
the
joke.
You're gonna hear a thud.
Becker's,
Okay, so
Becker, where's the
heads.
soup?
Dude, it's. I'm at the soup
Okay,
store.
so
Soup store. But there's no
By the
Wait,
way,
what
everyone
is
should watch Code MENT because it's the best abridged series out there, along with 50% off. But
splash
Hey.
free.
Splash free podcast when? When are we doing
we
a
actually
free
like do
podcast?
that?
God
Can we
damn it,
like
we
stop
did a Code
pussyfooting
Geass
around and
podcast
like actually do
for
it?
free.
When are we doing the Girls and Panzer
Bacon,
podcast?
shut up.
People watch
Gross.
it.
Ah, damn it.
You know
Okay,
when we'll
okay.
do it? When all y'all subscribe. The Rouge V Britannia commands
No.
you to subscribe to our
Oh,
YouTube channel.
man.
Nah.
Oh my
I'm
God.
good. I'm good.
Oh my god.
Okay. Let's settle this. So heads on this box is CC, and tails.
Wait,
will
shouldn't
be,
Tails be CC because she's known for her
Colin.
butt?
Yeah,
True.
Yeah, and
true,
Connor
yeah.
should be head because she is
you're right.
has a great brain.
She's
Yeah.
so smart.
Funny guy. Look at this guy here. Funny guy. Okay, so heads is Colin, tails is CC.
we don't even know what.
It's on its side because it's a
Oh,
box.
it's no,
If it's
dude.
a side,
That'll
it's
be nice.
Shirley.
Not.
Dude, on the side,
win-
Shirley.
No, winner
Shirley
is
such a
CC.
side hoe, let's be
Ah.
I'm
honest.
actually
What?
okay with that.
Box is rigged. Box
No,
is
it's
rigged.
not.
The
There's
box is rigged.
Japanese written on the
Dude,
box.
it's legit.
The box
Make
is
sure it
rigged.
didn't happen, honestly. Like, take a picture.
Schrodinger's box.
Or my phone's over there. You'll see it later.
Will we though?
You'll see it later.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want that little
Saimo.
I want that plush toy that CC gets. after
Oh,
eating
the
so much
Mr.
pizza.
Cheese.
Yeah, it's so cute. It has a tiny hat. Don't you like tiny hats?
Oh, they're cancer.
Well, CC right there is wearing a tiny hat. To be honest.
Wait, Becker, can we just end this podcast with you saying tiny hats very aggressively?
Yeah, sure.
No. Yes, maybe.
Tiny
And on that
Anything
note-
else?
Oh my god. There it
Actually,
is.
we probably should end. We're over an hour into this. We've memed pretty hard,
Are we though?
and Fade
So,
apparently needs
I
to
guess
go
we're
study for
gonna
some finals.
not do a season 3 for this podcast and actually know when to end it.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to top the
Hey.
Code Geass.
Now we just
Hey.
gotta we just gotta make a sequel that happens in between the first and second half of this
Or we
podcast.
make a
With a
sequel
new
10
cast.
years later.
Sure.
We could do that.
Shit.
Sure.
Shit.
Sure.
All right.
This
Sure.
isn't even funny.
This isn't
Wow,
even a
you're
joke.
wow.
Sure.
All right, let's actually like fucking end
Kuroko no
this.
Basket podcast when?
Bye guys. Have a good
Thanks
one.
for joining us.
Jiboom, bye.
Jiboon, bye.
Bye. Bye. Love you.
Do you though?
Jiboom,
Shut up.
whoa.
See you, best girl.